Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Mostly Sci-Fi, and I am Mostly Sci-Fi, and I'm your host. Please like and subscribe, and if you can donate to the Patreon. I know I don't advertise it much, but I do have a Patreon. Anyway, so what I want to do is I want to review basically Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. This is not a spoiler, so I'm kind of going to generally speak around it. When I went to actually book the ticket, I wasn't expecting Kingdom to be so good. I just wanted to see it just to see it, because I saw all three of them. Okay, so you got Rise of the Planet of the Apes was part one. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes was part two. War for the Planet of the Apes, which is part three. Mark Wahlberg's Planet of the Apes, I'm not sure if that's connected. It could be connected to the other three, but we don't really know. And then Kingdom for the Planet of the Apes is the fourth installment. So when I went to buy this ticket, I wasn't really expecting much. I think though that this franchise is a sleeper franchise. Everybody sleeps on it. It's actually very good. If you watch them all the way through, it's very good. You have to binge watch them. If you watch them in parts, it kind of, it's very confusing, the timelines. Okay, so it's trying to connect to the first one where Charleston Heston goes, "Get your filthy hands off me, you damn dirty ape." It's actually connected. Okay, so this to tell you that it's actually connected. So you have to watch it. Because I think if you watch all, because they got the other ones from the 1970s, I think they're all connected in some way from the 1970s and 80s. I think it was the 80s, 1980s. I think they're all connected in some way. But anyway, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, the rating that is so far is getting Rotten Tomatoes. It has 80%. IMDb got 7.4 out of 10. IMDb is always very, very critical. They're always the lowest one, actually. And Metacritic is 66. Google rating is 3.3. You have 500 plus verified readings. They're calling it 80%. And 211 reviewers from certified reviewers from Rotten Tomatoes are giving it an 80%. So for once, the audience and the certified critics, they agree on it like 80% to 80%. Now, if you go to Google reviews, where I was, is giving it a 3.3, a 604 ratings. They're giving it a 3.3. Now, I think this is bullcrap. Okay, I think if I have to rate it, I would give it a 9 out of 10. This movie is better than all three, than the three previous ones. And that's really hard to achieve when you have franchises, because usually the franchises go down from there. If you look at Aliens, it goes down from there, right? Kind of Star Wars. Star Wars was, the first one was really good. The second one was the best one, Empire Strikes Back. And then the third one was kind of, it was kind of iffy. The Planet of the Apes has been consistently good. An average of 8, okay, of those three out of 10. The last one is a straight up 9 out of 10. If not, it's a possibility I could be a 10 out of 10. But that's stretching it a little bit. Okay. 9 out of 10, definitely. And why do I say that? I went there thinking that there could be no better villain than Cobra. Okay. Cobra is like one of the villains, like if you got a top 10 villains of all time in movie cinema, Cobra gotta be like in the top 20 of like all time villains. Okay. Very conflicted character Cobra was. All right. This new villain, Proximus Caesar, builds upon Cobra and then improves it. Why do I say that? Planet of the Apes, in some aspects, is very violent. Okay, especially when the apes are conflicted against each other. is mostly always violent. In this one, Proximus Caesar, it's not about his violence because there's no violence from him, basically. It's about his monologues. His monologues are on point. And when I'm talking about monologues, I'm talking about the best monologues that you can have in a series. One of the best monologues could be, "Do androids dream of electric sheep?" or something like that. That was from Blade Runner. You got the guy at the end. He talks about like he's in the rain and he's giving his great monologue speech, right, to Harrison Ford. That's one of the great monologues of all time. You have in cinema these great monologues on the waterfront. Okay, if you look at that movie, then you got the monologues from Godfather. Okay, you got that kind of stuff. You got phrases like from Jaws. I think we're gonna need a bigger boat. The monologue in Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, especially by Proximus, because it's not a lot of talking because they're apes, right? But I want to say this without ruining it for you. It's the monologue. Everything is a monologue. That's why I give it a 9 out of 10. Okay? He's a great villain. Noah, who is the protagonist, he is a great protagonist. He takes the torch from Caesar as being a great protagonist, and he just builds upon that. Noah is a very good protagonist. You have like borrowing in aspects from Maurice, right? You know, Maurice orangutan. You got that kind of aspect in that. And then we have something that is very complicated. And this is the human side of things. So you have this girl that you keep seeing in the trailer. It's not as simple as you think. It's unpredictable, which I thought. Because I thought I had the whole movie mapped out. I was like, okay, this is going to happen, that's going to happen, this is going to happen. No. This human aspect girl is very complicated if you start analyzing her true nature. Okay, that's all I can say without like ruining it for you. That you must analyze her true nature. Because the way they show it to you like this girl, which her name is, I think her name is Nova, and then she names it, and it's May, right? The way they show you her is like she's almost like a girl boss prey, but that's not what it is at all. And I think that's why people are giving it a low mark, is because they think this girl's a girl boss. So like, she's a girl boss, she's a slayer. Yeah, because they're not analyzing her character correctly. Okay? And plus, she's the same girl that was in The Witcher. All right? So they don't like Ciri from The Witcher, right? That's the same girl that's playing this one. And she turned it, they turned The Witcher into a girl boss. Yeah, girl boss. They just ruined The Witcher. Okay, season 3 was, I didn't even finish watching The Witcher. I was so disappointed. It was just horrid. Okay, so this same girl is playing that girl, and I think some of that is rubbing off on it. And they're assuming, oh, she only plays girl boss roles. No, go see the movie. Don't care what nobody else says. Just go see the movie. It's a masterpiece. I believe it's a classic. Okay, that's all I can say pretty much. I don't want to ruin it for you, but go see the movie. It's a classic movie. It has some of the greatest monologues in my opinion, in cinematic history. I would put Proximus Caesar, his monologue, as one of the top 10. Okay, one of the top 10. And him as a villain, I would put him in the top 10. And that would be the lower 10s, like way down the line, all right? Because, you got some ones that you just can't beat, like Darth Vader. You just, you know what I'm saying? But top 10 villain of all time, most definitely. Without really any violence, which is crazy. So this is mostly sci-fi. Well, mostly.